Washington, home to renowned franchises present and past. From the Seahawks to the Supersonics, there is a cornerstone program in this city. It is the Huskies of UW. They've always had a place here, a place of excellence that these fans hope will continue today. A Big Ten showdown coming, conference games where the results will stick with you for the rest of the season. The Bruins will boot it away to start the game. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Huskies offense will have the first possession of the game. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he could hurt you, and he could be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing, tackling, staying in your gaps, winning at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible, because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
Wants to throw on first down. And the throw down the gut falls to the grass. The margin for error is so small in this conference, it's really imperative to get off to a good start in Big Ten play.
Especially, Reese, since you're adding so much talent now to this conference. But yeah, year in and year out, you know the mainstays in this conference, but there's always some surprises, and I'll be interested to see how everybody starts off this season. Listen, this is your first opportunity, Palmer, in conference play, in a major conference, obviously in the Big Ten, to make your first statement.
And it's going to be taxing all season long for these players. Physically, obviously, and you expect that in the Big Ten Conference. But now adding all those West Coast teams, these guys are going to be flying back and forth across the country a lot this year. They have to get off to a fast start today. That's what makes this game so critical.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Finds his man. It's Harris. And he's brought down after a nice gain. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Hit. As he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Let's go! Let's go! Wants to go up top. Makes the catch. It's Harris. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Bells and whistles have got to be going off in this quarterback's head now. It's third and long, so you know you're expecting pressure. You got to know where your hot routes are. You got to be able to read the coverage and make sure you get this football out of your hands quickly to not take a sack or worse, turn the football over.
Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. The ball hits at the 5, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. The Bruins offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And Jesse, they've got a quarterback that if he can get into a rhythm can certainly make plays for his team.
Here's the thing about him, too. He's not the most consistent guy. He's not the most talented quarterback in the country. But when he's hot, he's really, really tough to stop, David. It's important they get this guy going early.
Yeah, and it's not just him. Like, the offense has to, around him, play well. They've got to...
Breaks into the open. They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 29. line.
And winning first down is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So then getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
And there you see the bind that the RPO play can put a defender in. That linebacker had to make a decision. Was the running back going to get the ball? He thought so, so he bit up, and that allowed the slant to be thrown in behind.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
Using his legs to buy some time. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground.
It's so nice to be an offense on second down in short yardage situations. Why? I can take shots. If I want to, I can just act like I'm going to run and try to get the first down, take a deep shot down the field. I can run the football. The whole playbook is open to my disposal.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Excellent throw by the quarterback. Found the window between the zones and then delivered the ball on time.
And the Bruins getting set on 1st and 10. Looking for space. It's Burrell. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground. Pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
As an offense, you're okay with that. You're going to run option plays, and sometimes you're going to bust it big, but sometimes you don't necessarily read it correctly, get some positive yards, and then we come back and we do it all over again with different reads against the different defense.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football.
So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. On the move from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Running back searching for a hole. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Just a short pass to the tight end. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Punts it out of the air. He gets those chains moving it out to the 42-yard line.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
A lot of times those draw plays are successful when those defensive linemen run up the field, rush the quarterback, create some holes. Not this time. The defensive line did a really good job understanding that, seeing the draw play, getting the running back, getting his butt on the ground.
Wants to fire on second down. Gonna take a shot at this DB. Makes a catch at the 20. Touchdown, Huskies. All that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running, I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. A little bit of feeling each other out. They're down 7-3 as they open this drive. The give to the back. Fighting off the defender. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him 1.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Both teams made no secret they wanted to target their big play receivers, and they've done just that in the first. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. They'll try to get it through the air. Fires to the big fella. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. Third and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
That's a nice-looking run. That reminds me of Jonathan Franklin, Maurice Jones-Drew, Zach Charbonnet. In recent years, they've had a lot of ability at the running back position. How about this name, though? Little-known fact. The great Jackie Robinson also played running back for UCLA, and you know he's smiling down from heaven watching that last game.
Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground.
Man, that's so frustrating. And it happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down. He's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed. So.
A shot toward the end zone. And that one's way too far for everybody.
Well, this defense was ready for go-balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Got it in the middle. It's Campbell. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. The Bruins come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Flushed out of the pocket. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with a clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long, but players like that are getting after him.
And the Bruins with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Caught behind the line. It's Durant. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
No good. And it is still a 4-point deficit.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man. Just go for it every time. Like, the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. They'll move the tight end. After the incompletion, they go back up top. He's got him this time.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The Huskies come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Fires to the big fella. He did not make it. A stone wall on 3rd down. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
Yeah, and I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding 3rd and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play. The defense knew it, broke on the football, made a nice tackle to force a 4th down.
That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. They built up some time of possession with that last drive, but couldn't turn it into points with the missed field goal. We'll see if they can put something on the board this time.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Finds his big tight end. And they're able to make the tackle.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Tries to surge ahead on the sneak.
3rd and 1, everyone knows it's coming, but the quarterback sneak is so hard to stop. They just got to get 1 yard. Nice job by the offensive line.
Well, a really good push by his center on that last play, making it easy for his quarterback to just tuck the football, belly it, get low, and drive your legs.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the Pop out and fall to the ground.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Caught, close to the marker, it's Campbell.
Nice job there by the receiver on the out route, not telegraphing where he's going. He can't be peeking to the outside, giving the defender an opportunity to break on the ball. He kept his eyes right down the field. DB had no idea where he was going, and that helped make that completion a whole lot easier.
Turning it on! They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
Just a great job by the quarterback, the running back, the offensive line. Sneaky little devils. What do? Make it look like pass, sneak in the run, catch you off guard. Great play call by the offense.
This offense has been sluggish, to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Caught in the backfield, it's Burrell. Trying to hit him with a quick game on 1st down, and nothing doing there. Change now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Flips it out on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass, as it just never developed.
Listen, nice completion, short game. Now you get to 3rd down. 3rd down's more manageable. But guess what? If I don't get it on 3rd down, I still got that 4th down in my pocket. Nowadays, analytics, we're going for it anyways.
This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. They're setting up the screen. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9, where it'll be 1st and goal.
Well, they pick up the 1st down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the first.
We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Short gain on the play before he slides. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather.
I really like the play by the quarterback. Very, very smart. Listen, early in the downs, goal-to-go situation. Drop back. You don't see it right away. Tuck it and get positive yards. Make that next down easier so I can try to get a little bit closer.
Touchdown, Bruins! Fitted in the window for the score.
And he's off to a good start this year. That's already his 3rd receiver. We're only 4 games into the season. I love how they line them up all over the field, and as the season goes on, they're going to keep being more and more creative with how they get this guy the ball.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, that pivotal top 15 battle is in the books. Here's how things went down. SMU notched a victory in enemy territory, and though it wasn't a dominant win, I'd argue any win away from Dallas is worth its weight in gold to the Mustangs. Always fun to see 2 of the game's better teams duke it out at this point of the season. A good barometer, fellas, for both coaches.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Daly. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great scene today in Seattle. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Well, the best thing that's happened so far in this game for this offense has been looking this guy's way and giving him a shot. He has their only touchdown in this game, so we're trying to take another shot down the field. Good job in coverage defensively. You've got to be...
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Hauls it in. He stopped short of the 40, right at the 39, and it's fourth down. The Bruins will line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, it just feels like they just haven't been as physical. For this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going and something can start to build.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Going to swing it on second down. Makes the grab. It's Harris. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. To the air on first down. Complete. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Trying to get the corner. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to... There's only 11 guys on defense.
A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long. This one from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23.
And if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Looking to throw on 1st down. The sweet feet buy a little time. That's caught. It's Harris. And he's knocked down.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. It's on target and complete. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the 1st down.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Got enough space. Touchdown, Washington. And with that, they've got the lead here in the 2nd half.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And they tacked on the extra point. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Pulls it, fired, complete.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
From the gun, running back gets to give. That's some old school, hard-nosed, tough running as he powers his way to the 30.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. And the Bruins decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw...
There he goes! And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup. And the tackle is finally made.
And that's a good lesson for quarterbacks out there. When you're throwing to your running backs, if you get it to them early and they've got some space around them, they can do damage. And that's exactly what happened there. These guys are trained to be great once they have the ball in their hands. He makes people miss. He shows you the speed, and it's a big chunk play in the pass game.
Draws are such a smart way to take advantage of fast defensive linemen. They want to get upfield and get after the quarterback. It keeps them honest, makes them realize they got to play the run too. Great play call.
The inside handoff. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
They'll run it to the right. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll run play action. Might be looking to run. And it's incomplete as he tried to thread that needle to the back corner of the end zone.
But it's a good job by this defense, man. You drop back, you play really smart, play sound. Understand, there's not a lot of field to cover, and they couldn't fit the ball in a window. Good pass defense.
On third and short, they'll ride the running back here. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up fourth down. And they decide to trot out the kicker. And this one shouldn't be too taxing, a 23-yard try. We've reached the break. Bow down to your leaders, Washington. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And the kicker delivers the 3-ball to finish off the drive. That gives them now a 7-point lead here in the final period.
And that was an important kick here in the fourth quarter, man. You want to take that touchdown lead, make them have to go the length of the field and score a TD. Nice execution by this offense. Nice job trusting your kicker.
Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. They went 3 and out the last time they had it, and trailing late, they've got to get to work here. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Trying play action. Finds his tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Yeah, because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run. And then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
Get it out on the screen. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. Did a nice job of it.
Rides the back and leaves it on the option. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Looking for space. It's Burrell. Spins away from the defender. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good gain, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get...
Oh, he's got some space. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
Breaks the tackle. Able to move it ahead a couple of yards. He gets it down to the 20.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Got it in the middle. It's Campbell. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job. Great catch.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, UCLA.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So, let's see if...
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
And the Huskies trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Making side adjustments here. To the air on second down. Throws for the tight end. Oh, and it's picked off. This could be huge in a tie game. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the tight end. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down. The Bruins are threatening in the red zone. Looking downfield on first down. Got rid of it just in time. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
Well, that's not necessarily a throw that's going to show up on the stat sheet, but I love the decision. We're in the second half. We've got a tie game. You cannot turn the football over. If nothing's open downfield, just do the smart thing and throw the ball away. I love that decision by the QB.
And and that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. This crowd knows when to bring it. Wants to throw again. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be fourth down. So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. It's good. And they go back on top. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Maryland proved it is battle-tested and capable of winning any place, any time after this one. And just think of the confidence this Terps team gained today. Invaluable, if you ask me. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They'll start this drive with a pass. Makes the catch. Breaks into the open. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. They've got the big fellas out there. A three tight end look on 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. He stopped again, and he's had a busy night, if not necessarily a productive one so far.
And it's another tackle for loss for this defense. I'll tell you, they came into this game knowing they had to shut this guy down. He's one of the best in the nation, and they've given him the ball a bunch. He's just had nowhere to run, and I don't think anybody expected him to struggle as much as he had so far in this game.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. First snap of this drive comes from their own 44. Wants to throw on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Still on his feet at the 45. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing.
And I love the offense, man. Staying aggressive, doing what you need to do, pushing the ball down the field, still willing to throw the football late in this game. I just don't like the ending. Man, don't step out of bounds. Let that clock run. Try to get out of here with a W.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. At this point, the defense has little choice but to sell out to stop the run on 2nd and 7. Oh, better look out! Turning it on! They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And the Bruins have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. They'll leave it with him. They will stop him short, and the defense trying to keep him alive. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. That is no good. It's still a 3-point game after the miss.
And that's just a chip shot. That's just a field goal they got to make, guys.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's taking a deep shot. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
Well, you know the defense felt freaked out on that one. You're in the 4th quarter, and you're lined up against one of the fastest players in all of college football, and they're taking a shot up top. You just hold on tight and hope for the best, and that time they were able to force an incompletion.
He's taking a deep shot late in the game. The ball hits the ground, and this thing is over and absolutely